Wait for others to show up. It says connected. Let's refresh the screen and see. Hello, if anybody's there. Hi. Okay, the laptop is not showing that I'm live, but my husband.
Takes it a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been 45 seconds. So, welcome to part 5 of Bedtime Stories. Tonight we will be finishing chapter 2, The Husband, out of our family book, Dave Sanders, Columbine Teacher, Coach, and Hero, written by our family, including my mom, Linda Lou Sanders. Hi, Mommy. I love you if you're watching. I took the picture on the back of the book. This is my mom, Linda, and Marilyn Saltzman, co-author. This book was published by Xlibris Corporation in 2004. Hi, son. I love you. Published in 2004 by Xlibris Corporation. It is print on demand, but you can find it at Amazon.com. I will put a link in the description below so you can tap on it and find it. I have a lot of new subscribers. Thank you very much and welcome. I've been choosing chapters out of our family book. I have read the dad chapter. I have read the grandpa chapter. You can go to my playlist. I did make a playlist titled Columbine Bedtime Stories. Currently we are reading chapter 2, The Husband, and then we'll finish that tonight. And next Monday, is chapter 6, The Coach. And you'll get to know my stepdad, Dave Sanders, as a coach. There's a reason I'm skipping around in chapters. Chapter 1 is focused on April 20th, the day he was murdered, and I'd like to focus on all the other chapters first. That way you can get to know Dave Sanders and who he was before that day. So that's why I'm skipping around in different chapters. If you have any questions, comment in chat. You're welcome to go to comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to the 285 that I have. I appreciate you very much. The shirt I'm wearing tonight, I wear every year on the April 20th. On the anniversary, it is see-through because it's a shirt I know Dave wore when he was coaching. So, and I have my Rebel sweatshirt behind me. The purpose for me doing this is I have grandkids, Kylie and Liam, and I want their generation to be inspired by my stepdad's story and his act of heroism, in hopes that, you know, maybe they'll want to become a teacher or a coach someday. So, sorry, I have Oregon allergies. Never had them in Colorado. We finished off on, let's see. In June 1992, Dave and Linda headed for a weekend trip to Las Vegas, where they stayed at the Excalibur Hotel and Casino. Dressed in his Columbine basketball t-shirt, Dave had his picture taken with Linda and printed on an Excalibur postcard. Playfully, Dave also posed in a knight costume, while Linda smiled for the camera with the statue of Elvis. Then they took turns in the mock stockade. As they were walking on the bridge over the moat at the Excalibur, I love this part, Dave asked, "Can I see your divorce ring?" The ring she wore on her left ring finger in place of her wedding band. Linda looked at him quizzically, but pulled off the ring and handed it to him. Dave threw the ring into the moat, turned to Linda, and asked, "Will you marry me?" "Yes," Linda replied, staring into the bright blue eyes of her knight in shining armor. Dave Sanders was so romantic. The man she had met in a bar was truly the love of her life, and she could picture happily ever after. Sorry, my husband's coughing. I need to make sure he's okay. Okay. On Friday, March 19th, 1993, during spring break at Columbine High School, Linda and Dave were married at the Jefferson County Courthouse with their 3 daughters, Angela, Cindy, and my little sister Connie, and Linda's parents, Bert and Dorothy, in attendance. By the way, today would be my grandpa Bert's birthday. Happy birthday in heaven, Grandpa. Although they hadn't talked about it in advance, the 3 girls and Linda dressed in navy blue and white that day. Dave wore a blue suit and a blue striped tie. All 3 daughters signed the marriage license as witnesses. The next day, one of Dave's former students, Donnie Cabrera, sent a black stretch limousine to the house to bring Dave and Linda to their wedding reception at the Columbine Lounge. Aww. As dozens of family members and friends looked on, the newlyweds danced to Angel Eyes, which had become their song, fitting for a couple whose matching blue eyes reflected the depth of their mutual attraction. If you're watching, Mommy, I love you, and I miss you. On Sunday, they flew to Reno for their honeymoon, where they spent 4 days in a suite at the Flamingo Hilton. Linda won enough money to buy an elegant porcelain doll dressed in a frilly peach-colored dress and hat to add to her $500 doll collection, which filled a room in their Littleton home. During their 4-day honeymoon, they swam, played keno and slots, and saw the American Superstar Show, a variety show with both male and female impersonators. They married during spring break, so each year they could celebrate with a special dinner or trip without Dave's work schedule getting in the way. On their first anniversary, they went to the Broker Restaurant on 17th Street in downtown Denver, located in the vault of the old Denver National Bank building. Wow, that must have been amazing. Seated in a booth surrounded by cherrywood antiques, Linda and Dave feasted on prime rib and New York steak while enjoying champagne. In 1996 and 1997, they dined on T-bone steak and lobster at the Black Angus restaurant in Littleton. For their 5th anniversary, March 1998, Dave and Linda returned to Las Vegas, where they had gotten engaged. They stayed at the Monte Carlo, had dinner at the Plaza, and saw an adult review. What's an adult review? On what was to be their final anniversary together. A month before Dave's death, they drove up to the nearby Colorado mountain town of Central City, once famous for its prosperous gold mines. Central City, located just 20 miles west of Denver, had been a sleepy mountain town for decades. In 1991, however, it became a major tourist attraction after limited stakes casino gambling was approved by Colorado voters.
Say hi, Todd Hill.
Hi, Todd Hill. How are you? Thank you for watching. Numerous casinos and hotels lined the small town streets, replacing the old souvenir shops and gold panning supply stores. Oh, sorry, I have to change positions. I can't sit up straight.
Jurassic Gaming and Tiffany Golden are also watching.
Tiffany Holden, hi. Jurassic Gaming, that's Tyler. Hi, son.
Tiffany Golden.
Yeah. Yes, dear. That's exciting. Okay, where were we? Okay. Linda and Dave left home the afternoon of Friday, March 17th, 1999, making their way up Highway 6, carved through the rock walls of scenic Clear Creek Canyon. Dave had reserved a room at Harvey's Casino in Central City for 2 nights. Aww. The next morning, they ate breakfast buffet at the Isle of Capri in the neighboring town of Blackhawk. Then Dave went his way to the poker machines while Linda played 777 and Red, White, and Blue. I love the Red, White, and Blue machines. We didn't break even that weekend, but we sure had fun, Linda recalled. When they returned home on Sunday, they bought themselves a cuckoo clock made in Germany for an anniversary present. And then they had dinner at the Red Lobster restaurant near their Littleton home. Dave and Linda had taken a trip to Central City about 2 years earlier when Dave's sister Claudia and her husband Dick visited. We had barely arrived at Central City when Linda had won $400. As the bells and other assorted celebratory noises were going off, David just stood there quietly, smiling at Linda with his twinkling blue eyes, Claudia remembered. He also brought his relatives to see Columbine High School, and we listened to him sing the praises of his girl athletes that he coached there, Claudia said. One afternoon, Dave and Claudia went to the nearby Southwest Plaza Mall, and Claudia decided to buy Linda a doll to add to her collection. What kind of doll would Linda like? Claudia asked. She would love whatever you get because it's from you, Dave answered. Claudia remembered that comment after his death because it personified the sweetness of her baby brother. Because Dave was so busy coaching, the couple made very few trips aside from their anniversary jaunts. In July 1998, however, they spent a weekend at the Holiday Inn in the northwest Colorado mountain town of Steamboat Springs, located about 150 miles from Denver. Sorry, I have to put an ice pack on. We took the 2-mile walking tour of the town, holding hands, sitting on a bench, and talking in the park, and just enjoying each other's company, Linda recalled. They stopped at a maze in mazes, a human outdoor maze along Highway 40. Linda walked through the plexiglass maze while Dave stood above and watched her. "Which way should I go?" she asked, looking up at her husband. "Turn right," Dave advised, laughing. A half an hour passed, and Linda was still stuck in the maze, seeing the same people over and over again. "I'm getting tired of this." "How do I get out of here?" Linda asked, exasperated. "Turn right," Dave said, laughing as he intentionally directed her the wrong way. Pretty soon, both of them were laughing so hard that their eyes were tearing. Finally, Dave gave Linda the right directions, and 43 minutes after she entered the maze, she exited. "Good job, Mom." Dave loved professional as well as amateur sports, and Linda and he shared season tickets to the Colorado Rockies with 3 other couples. They sat in section 333 behind home plate and enjoyed watching the pros play ball. Much of their social time, however, centered on school sports, and Dave brought Linda into his life as a Columbine coach and teacher. Linda often attended games with him, and sometimes she brought the grandkids along. After every game, Dave came home in the same upbeat spirit, whether his team had won or lost. He had a photographic memory, and he reviewed the key plays with Linda. When they went out to a movie or dinner at Ruby Tuesday, one of their favorite neighborhood restaurants, Dave would inevitably run into former students or athletes. "Hi, Coach Sanders," they'd say, and he'd greet them by name. No matter how many years earlier they had graduated, he had 150 kids a day, and he could tell you about each and every one of them, Linda said. Dave talked about his students as his kids, and if one had a problem, Dave was sure to lend an ear. He was not only a role model, but also a compassionate mentor, and Linda often saw students come up to him and ask about personal issues. During the rare nights when Dave came home early enough for dinner, he liked to cook. He was famous for his enchiladas and lasagna, and he loved Linda's chili and pot roast. Good job on those, Mom. After dinner, Dave settled into his favorite overstuffed chair and took control of the TV remote. If Linda had the audacity to grab the remote, she'd get the famous look. And, all of us who knew Dave personally knew about the look. He didn't have to say a word, just give a look. But Dave would never say a cross word. Instead, he just waited to see what station Linda would choose instead of the college sports programming that he favored. Linda went to sleep early, though, and Dave always stayed up to watch Johnny Carson and later Jay Leno before heading to the shower and then bed. He had the most infectious laugh, and I listened to him laugh while he was sitting alone watching The Tonight Show, Linda recalled. On Sunday mornings, Linda and Dave rose late and enjoyed reading the Rocky Mountain News as they drank their coffee together. They listened to classical music, Bach and Beethoven, on compact discs Dave had bought. We both wanted to read the sports section first, and we playfully argued over it, Linda said. Dave didn't get angry, just quiet, when he was upset with Linda. They never had crosswords. Both were protective of their time together, and that caused minor conflicts. "The grandkids are coming over this weekend," Linda told Dave. Although he loved spending time with the grandkids, sometimes after a long week at school, Dave yearned for a quiet weekend alone with Linda. So he'd ask, "Again?" Then he just became silent. Other times, Dave came home and announced he was going scouting for the University of Wyoming over the weekend. "You're going to be gone again?" Linda asked. Though he was gone a lot for ball games, practices, and scouting, he always made Linda feel special when he was home. He knew how to separate work and home. He was there for me, the girls, his students, whoever was there at the moment. You felt that. He was the best thing that ever happened to me and my daughters, Linda said. And Mom, you're right. He was the best thing to happen to us. On their last weekend together, Dave and Linda rented 5 movies, snuggled up on the love seat, and made out. I love you, Linda said. I love you more, Dave answered. Dave knew how to show his feelings. He was strong, yet soft. He knew exactly how to treat a woman, how to love me, Linda said. He was my hero long before he was the nation's hero. And that's the end of chapter 2, The Husband. I was going to show you pictures from the trip that I just told you about. Let me see if I can find them. There's really good pictures in the middle of the book. And again, I will put the link in the description down below. Here's photos. Oops, I'm dropping everything. Sorry. There's more falling out. These photos right here are from the Excalibur. Look how cute my Dave and my mom Linda look. On this side, this is the house Dave grew up in. And here's a picture on their wedding day, March 19th, 1993, with the judge who married them. And then other wedding day photos. Here's Dave right here. Hopefully that's clear and not blurry. And then here's another wedding day photo of Dave, his only biological daughter, Angela Sanders, and my mom, Linda. And then coaching on the softball field. There is a Dave Sanders Memorial softball field between Clement Park and Columbine High School. Here's a picture of my stepdad, Dave, with my son, Tyler. He loved taking the kids to the school to play basketball or take them to the park. Here's Dave with my niece, Mallory, my daughter, Tiffany, and my son, Tyler. And then this picture is Dave with my nephew, Austin, and my stepsister, Angela Sanders. Austin passed away after battling leukemia, and he's in heaven with his grandpa, Austin David Sanders, who was named after Grandpa. He couldn't say Grandpa, so he'd call him Kaka. It was really funny. Such an adorable little guy. And then Dave showing the grandkids how to use a slip and slide, which he did really well. He was a wonderful dad, wonderful grandpa, wonderful teacher. Here's a picture of my mom and Dave dressed up on Halloween at the Columbine Lounge. Well, that's at the house before they went out. So, again, next week, let me find my notes. Next Monday at 6 p.m., I'm going to read Chapter 6. And Chapter 6 is titled The Coach. And I don't know how many of my subscribers are previous students or had Dave for a coach. But if you know someone who had Dave for a coach, please share this video and let them know. There's a couple people that I'm friends with on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, if you want to look for me, my name on Facebook is Cindy Lynette Smith. I do have an Instagram account. My Instagram is Dave Sanders' stepdaughter, all lowercase letters. And my husband, Art, who has been helping me, he also has a YouTube channel called We're the Smiths. We do live full-time RV life. I'm sitting on the couch in our RV, and we absolutely love it here on the coast of Oregon. Thank you so much for watching Journey to the Quiet with Cindy. I hope you enjoyed Bedtime Stories Part 5 was tonight, and we completed the chapter titled The Husband. Next week, the coach. So thank you very much for watching Journey to the Quiet with Cindy. Please subscribe. I have a lot of people that watch that are not subscribed, and if you do, it would help me out. And we'll see you next Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Pray for peace on earth. Bye.